Today is Good Friday. It is the day that the church marks and commemorates the death of Jesus on the cross. It is the day that we typically would be reading through at a service at the church a rendition of the entire story of Jesus' last day. And I want to encourage you actually to stop and do that, to either find a Bible or to pull it up online, but to read that story, to go through the events of that day. Because the church has a sense that we more fully and completely and authentically celebrate the resurrection when we understand what precedes it, and that we need to walk through that entire experience in order to get to the fullness of the meaning of Easter, which we'll celebrate together virtually on Sunday. As we come to this time today, I want to direct your attention to actually one of, for me, the most meaningful parts of the story as recorded in the Good News according to Mark. After Jesus has died, he's buried. And in Mark, in the 15th chapter, it says that when evening had come, and since it was the day of preparation, that is, the day before the Sabbath, Joseph of Arimathea, a respected member of the council, who was also himself waiting expectantly for the kingdom of God, went boldly to Pilate and asked for the body of Jesus. Every year I'm struck by the fact that the church's very first act, the church's very first choice is bold. That on Friday, one of Jesus' disciples acted boldly, went boldly to Pilate and asked for his body. You know, on Friday evening, there was no sense of what Sunday would bring. There was only fear and uncertainty and pain and grief and confusion. And in the midst of that, there was a choice and a decision to act boldly. And that is never not warranted. There's never not an opportunity to act with boldness, with kindness, with compassion, to act boldly for what is just and what is right, and to do what we can in imperfect circumstances. And so I want to remind you that even on Friday, even on Good Friday, even in the midst of grief or sorrow, there is the option to act boldly. After the church has read the story of what happened at Jesus' death, traditionally the church goes silent, because sometimes there just aren't words. And churches understand on Friday evening and on Holy Saturday that sometimes there just aren't words. You'll get a brief email tomorrow with the link and the instructions for how to join us on Sunday when we come together to celebrate, even in this atypical way, Jesus' resurrection. And I encourage you to be with us on Sunday morning at 11 a.m. May God bless you today and always.